Hi, Assalamualaikum, and a very good evening. It was an
Waalaikumsalam.
honorable and pleasure to be with all the great panelists for our forum today. Thank you very much. Our forum today will be discussing on the issue about KSAOs are the attributes required to perform a job. This will be an interesting issue to be discussed. I am Nazato Alia binti Rahimi as the moderator for our forum today, and I would like to introduce our panels. Hi, Assalamualaikum. As we all know, hiring process is very important to find a good candidates for every company. There are several issues regarding recruitment and selection. For further discussion, let us have Nor Shahira to share the recruitment issue during hiring process. Nor Shahira?
Hi, my name is Nusha Radishami. Today I would like to talk about recruitment. So, my first point is failure attract talented candidate. Most of the time, companies still advertise traditional job description that are ambiguous non-specific lists or responsibility and job requirements, which is, we know that, eventually fail to attract talented candidate to apply for all the position. Okay. So my point number two is lack of understanding due to recruiters and hiring manager. So an effective hiring decision is influenced by the recruiters and the hiring manager and the candidate. So the mismatch between the recruiters and hiring manager understanding often more accurate when the recruiters are posting ambiguous job. So advertisement explain to candidate which is they need to confident about the job description, while hiring manager thinks that they are underselling and misrepresenting the job. So the third one is keep millennials in the workforce for a longer period. Of the millennials prefer to switch from one company to another company within a short period of time. From the bright side, job hoppers acquire diverse working experience and skill as they work for several companies. Beforehand, however, job hopping recruiters are recruiters to constantly recruit candidates to fill in that position. So the third one is keep millennials in the workforce for a longer period. Of the millennials prefer to switch from one company to another company within a short period of time. From the bright side, job hoppers acquire diverse working experience and skill as they work for several companies. Beforehand, however, job hopping recruiters are recruiters to constantly recruit candidates to fill in that position. So for the points, the recruiter often hire the candidate without meticulous screening in order to adhere to the short period of the provided to hire new candidates. Eventually, they neglect the aspect of the quality of the hire, which is make cause issue in their future. My five number point is low hiring budgeting due to low hire budget. So most of the time, company opt for e-recruiting as it helps to reduce the budget. However, we know that the disadvantage of e-recruiting are higher volume or responses technology issue for judgmental error. And the number six is employee branding candidate. Today, look at Google and Glassdoor review. So even before attending an interview, we know that the candidates often associated a company with a higher recognition as the best and secure job opportunity for them. And my last point is the mismatch between company culture and the expectation of the new generation in the workforce. So the highlight of the gap in generation different is the expectation of working style of a new generation in the workforce. We know that the older generation tend to believe that working long period of time is the what defines success and value face-to-face interaction, which co-workers, while younger generation believe that innovation and flexibility are the key.
Thanks, Nur Shahira, for the explanation uh, about the issue that occurred during recruitment. Next, what about the selection issue? Let's have Nur Alia to discuss more about this. Nur Alia?
Okay, recruitment issues. I have 3 points, which is first is lack of clear information in the ad. If the job is disorganized, lackless, and is hard to read, the ideal candidate might be ignoring it or not paying much attention and moving on the next job ad. The job advert should be well organized and include brief introduction to attract talent to a great opportunity. Last but not least, failure to provide great candidates experience. The impact of top talents avoiding certain organizations increase the chances of these organizations hiring candidates who are unable to secure positions elsewhere. Lastly, inefficiency during recruitment process. If there is a high time to productivity, which is essentially the length of time it takes a new employee to become productive within their position, this needs to be identified. Selection issues. First is appointment of employees. It is difficult for an employer to balance between taking care of the business and appointing the right people at the same time. Also, it is important to know if the right candidate is a good fit until they have been on the job for a certain amount of time. Besides that, comply with law and regulation. No matter how big or small the business is, it is important that we always comply with local, state and federal labor laws. There are various rules that we should follow regarding everything from hiring, paying wages, to safety in the workplace. Next, leadership development. We should consider putting together a formal succession plan and begin placing more emphasis on producing future leaders who are comparable and more proactive in helping the company into the future. Okay, besides that, technological change. Training programs and the implementation of initiatives are able to provide clear information and tools to employees in order to always understand all the current recruitment to improve the company economy in a better direction based on the latest technological development. Last but not least, cultivate a positive culture. Although employees from different types of backgrounds also bring new ideas and perspectives, even differences also contribute to conflict and opinions that can be highlighted. Cultural variation in value and rituals affect employees' abilities to find commonalities essential to communication. Cultural diversity is a tool used by human resources management to make a positive impact in the workplace. Okay, lastly, threat of information security. In order to maintain the confidentiality of an organization, information given to employees cannot be disclosed arbitrarily or allowed to be accessed without the permission of authorities. It is very important to ensure the security of organization. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Nur Alia, for your opinion and sharing. Now, let we hear from our next panel, Nurul Afikah Najwa, to talk about strategies for improving the issues that have been shared by our two panels before.
Thank you to our moderator. My name is Nur Afika Najwa binti Haira Anwar. For strategies for improving the issue, firstly is knowledge. First is ability to use technology. It is critical for recruiters today to be tech savvy. This means combining your recruitment skills with the ability to effectively use hiring technology like applicant tracking system, ATS, performance management platforms, and others. The better your tech skills are, the more effective you will be at leveraging these platforms to your advantage. Second is ability to read and demonstrate positive body language. Most people don't think of body language as a particular useful of HR skills, but it is a lot of time, especially In hiring situation, people don't say exactly what they are thinking. So being able to read a person's body language can give you a great insight into a person's actual thoughts and intentions. Body language is also the opposite for recruiters. Being able to control and demonstrate a positive body language during face-to-face interviews is a valuable negotiations tactic. It helps control the overall directions and mood of the conversations. The second point is skills. So, negotiate skills is giving a candidates what they require. Even if you don't have what they seek, it is an important part of candidate negotiations. If you don't have the resources they require, it is up to you to figure out what alternative you can offer to keep the role appealing on the table. Negotiations is important in all types of businesses, transactions, including recruiting. Second is communication skills. Communication skills is represent and express the ideas and information effectively and concisely in an oral or written mode. Listen and comprehend what others are saying. Shares information with others and facilitate the open exchange of ideas and information. Is an open, honest, and straightforward with others. Provide a complete, timely explanation of issues and decision in manner appropriate for the audience. Third is multitasking and time management. Recruiters frequently have multiple jobs openings opened at the same time. So writing job ads, screening applicants, conducting background checks, scheduling interviews, eventually completing job offers are all part of the job. That's on top of communicating with the numerous candidates who apply for any given position, as well as acting as the liaisons between hiring managers and other members of the recruitment team. Thank you.
Thank you, Nurul Afikah Najwa. For further discussion on our topic today, we have Nick Hazwani here to share on her perspective of view about the strategies for improving the recruitment and selection issue.
Thank you Nazatul for being our moderator today. Assalamualaikum and selamat sejahtera for all of you in here. Thank you for inviting me. I will explain how recruiters can improve recruitment and selection in Malaysia based on the KSAL model. When recruiters assess whether a candidate is qualified for a position or not, they will look at the candidate's ability to perform different tasks related to the organization function. Candidate abilities are also evaluated by recruiters to fill available positions such as the first one is ability to manage time and multiple priorities to meet deadlines. Before hiring a candidate to become an employee, recruiters can ask the interview questions as a way to assess time management skills and to assess their ability to distinguish between essential and important tasks. It is important for the recruiter to know that the persons can handle the task before the given deadline so that they can take care of other tasks that need to be done. Not only can manage the time to complete the task, but quality needs to be emphasized. The second one is ability to work under pressure. It is good to hire candidates who can work under pressure because in the employment sector, there will have many problems to solve. It is not easy to work under pressure if the candidate does not know how to manage pressure well. This includes how to manage their feelings toward words as they cannot mix personal and non-personal feelings. During the interview, the recruiter should ask if they can really work under pressure or if they just want to include a resume. The third one is ability to speak multiple language. Recruiters often look for candidates who are able to communicate in multiple languages because it shows the candidate's ability to communicate with the various people you will meet on the job. Most companies will look for candidates who can speak, read, or write Mandarin or Arabic. Bonus if the candidate has a language other than the main language. Maybe the candidate gets a higher position or has the opportunity to get a salary increase because they are among those who help increase the company's sales. So, if recruiters want to test their candidate's language, try to communicate during the interview, then you will know. In the KSAO, we have the other characteristic where most recruiters are looking for candidates who have the right attitude, whose values match the organization core values, and who get along well with other team members. Here are the characteristics you can look for in a candidate before hiring them. The first one is leadership. Recruiters can spot candidates who can work well with others, can share knowledge and ideas by providing training and seminars for them to attend. Moreover, if the position is related to a leadership position, it can be practiced before entering the workplace. Candidates can demonstrate strong teamwork and leadership qualities in this training or seminar. Recruiters should look for leadership employees who have the ability to mentor, coach, or monitor. Here are the reasons to seek leadership candidates for two reasons. The first one is employees with the leadership skills will show more initiative and be more inclined to invest themselves in helping the company grow. The second one is promote employees with strong leadership position to better management positions. The second one is creative. By showing the portfolio, recruiters can estimate how the concept, design, and result of the candidate. When a candidate can tell a story, it can interest you to see that this candidate can develop the company in artistic direction. By getting candidates who are highly imaginative, innovative, always questioning, and experimenting in the workplace, there is potential to be hired because it hires candidates who will contribute in various areas when needed. The last one from other characteristic is honest. If recruiters need to find candidates with this characteristic for some available position, such as account or manager position, they must use other means to test the means of these candidates by performing assessment and doing honesty test questions. It will show you how honest the candidate is. We just want to know that the employee can be trusted when providing various tasks and information because it is not easy to find an honest candidate to be part of the company's team for a position, especially for the position of accountant.
Thank you to our last panel, Nick Hazwani. It was a great strategies to sharing on how to improve the recruitment and selection issue. As for the conclusion, recruiter needs to using the KSAO's guidelines when hiring candidates. It's not just will easy the hiring process, but will choose the best candidates for the company. Both recruiter and hiring manager need to discuss about what to ask during the interview process based on the KSAO's guidelines. This way will help the company to reduce the cost of hiring interviewing process. Finally, we come to the end of our discussion for forum today. I would like to say thank you again to our panelists for their time. I hope you enjoy our forum discussion today and will benefit to everyone. Thank you.